Good morning, good night. Today, we're in the beautiful city of Milan, and we are at Lotus Milano. And we just wanted to check out what they got. So we're checking out, it's a tiny little shop here. They got a few cars in here, just across from a bunch of construction that's ongoing. Let's check it out. Here is the Eletre. It's quite flat. Oh, look at it. It has embossing. Very interesting. It's an aluminum badge. It's quite large, quite long. It's an interesting place to put a badge. Look at that. Pioneer since 1948. Sort of hidden behind the door. Girls wore the right color today, matching the car. Can you show me how all those buttons work?
I'm gonna lock the car.
Okay. These are buttons, and they change color a little bit, which is interesting. Oh, that's the climate control.
Oh, I feel
You can
the
see,
air.
you can feel the air, right?
Daddy, you want to be the driver? I want to be the driver. We can't go this way.
And these are huge wheels. I mean, they're absolutely massive. They've got to be 22s. Let me see. This is pretty cool, the porosity, because you can see right here, right through here to the tire. Or another way to say it is, there's my fingers right there. Very cool. All in quest of aerodynamics. Also interesting is the video for the screens. Let me see what it feels like here.
So how do you do, driver? Good driving?
Yes, it's good. It's good. It's actually quite a nice place to be in here. Okay, let's open the back.
Oh, it's hot here.
Interesting.
Oh, pretty decent space.
Pretty decent. How about under here? Anything? Not too bad. A little bit of storage.
Spare tire?
Good question. We could see it. What's really under here is under more. No, looks like probably just battery under there. I assume. Very good. How about this? Oh, look at that. Push this button down. Push this button down. Wow, it's really going lower. And then use the air pump to raise the back up. We happen to be in Milan, Italy for an event, and we thought, why not check out the Lotus dealership there? Very small, literally only one car. I was hoping to see an Emira. It didn't happen. They had an Eletre. So we checked it out. My quick take on the Eletre, look, I'm not sold on it. It's very expensive. It's 150, 160 euro, and that's a lot of cash. It's pretty large. I don't hate the size, but it's very heavy. It looks cool. The interior was nice, but there's a lot of cash to put down for something that, for me, is kind of like, it doesn't fill a niche. When Lotus said they were making an SUV, I wasn't terribly upset, but I was kind of expecting something more like the Porsche Macan. So a smaller SUV, lighter, nimbler, fun, seating for 5. And what we ended up with was something, it's the size of my wife's Audi Q7. It's very large. Very comfortable. It's sort of a luxo barge sort of SUV, but it's also electric. It's got the sort of self-driving features with the LiDAR and the radar and the which, as far as I can tell, right now doesn't even work. I suspect it may never work. I don't think we're going to have self-driving anytime in the next decade, which means that technology, it's already in the car and it'll be useless in a few years. So I really feel confused about the vehicle. It doesn't seem to fit any niche. It's a departure because it's an SUV, it's electric, it's heavy. It doesn't do anything better than anything else, and it makes me wonder, right? Part of the reason why we love Lotus is because they punch above their weight class, right? They are the budget value, Ferrari, right? It's Ferrari looks, Ferrari performance for half the price. And that's what makes it very endearing. They're also an underdog. This is what I see here with the Eletre. It's just something that doesn't really make sense for me. I think an SUV in general is a great idea for Lotus. I hope they can make it work. I just am confused as to why they went this way. I don't have a problem with it being electric. The issue is that it's being electric today. In 2023, we don't have the technology to make good electric vehicles that are actually better than the internal combustion engine products that they're replacing. And the reason I say that is because we don't have solid state batteries yet. The current battery technology we have is too volatile and way too heavy and bluntly not environmentally safe, right? We are digging up lithium and all these rare earth metals to make these batteries in a way that is not sustainable, and it's worse for the environment than what we're doing with internal combustion engines, right? Now, I love hybrids. I would have loved to see this with a hybrid system, because you're using the best of both worlds there, right? You can get something more efficient. Plus, you can fill it up quickly at the petrol station, But anyway, long story short, I don't have a problem with a Lotus SUV. I don't have a problem with a Lotus electric vehicle. But the way we're putting this all together, no good. And for the self-driving crap, man, we're decades away from that. Anybody that's trying to do it today, including Tesla, is kidding themselves. It doesn't work. It's not safe. I think that there is a lot of hubris at play here. And I think that the governments are allowing these manufacturers to let us, the public, beta test these incomplete, half-baked products. And people are losing their lives, right? If a self-driving car crashes, whose fault it is? So far, legally, it's been the driver's fault, because they're supposed to be able to take responsibility at any moment and steer the car away from danger. Well, that is not the point of self-driving, right? So we've got some problems here. We got to change some expectations. The Eletre, not for me right now. I'm interested in the Mirror at some point, but until we get things figured out with solid-state batteries, electrics need to get better. I think we should still be focusing on hybrids. I think that's the next 10 years is where we need to be, hybrids. Just my take on it. If you have something different, let me know.